Well, hey, good morning. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm posting a video to YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8 a.m., right? Yeah. I'm where I'm supposed to be. Morning, Bob. Oh. From Michigan's Upper Peninsula. How's it going up there, Bobby? Yeah. Hey man, listen to War. Mm-hmm. Oh, I saw all I needed to see in less than 90 seconds. It was when, first of all, Donald Trump said that he had a mandate, and Al Green stood up. And when they panned back to Donald Trump, I thought that man was going to die on the spot. That's my official statement. As I've said, I, I continue to show up and be correct. I just want to point this out as war plays in the background. I keep being right. They're they're permeable to insult, sir. Switching away from missiles and guns to insult the comic dog. I thought Donald Trump was going to have a fucking heart attack when Al Green stood up last night. That's my official statement. What the fuck are we doing? He's 78 years old, morbidly obese, and on blood thinners. Just got 10 inches of snow on top of 280 inches? You mean 28, right? You don't mean 280 inches of snow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're going to take a zero off of that. Bobby, 280 inches? That's forever. That's like 25 feet. 280 inches. Holy fuck, they've gotten 25 feet of snow in the northern peninsula. Is that normal? Do you normally get fucking 26 feet of snow in a winter? Is that like a thing? Huh. So it's not climate change. That's just the Upper Peninsula, brother. Okay. I would be live on Clapper, but I'm trying to upload a video to improve attendance at my podcast. But yeah, your official guidance from the founder of the American Socialist Party: insult them. Hmm. Yes, like you're gonna take a zero off that. You do not mean 280. You mean 280 inches. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Nothing's normal anymore. Yeah. So, and again, this isn't because this is what I want to do or don't want to do. It's because that's what you're supposed to do, actually. Oh, as the fucking, I have just incredible taste in music, and every day I'm reminded of that. Obviously, you're here, so mutually, we have incredible taste. War pigs, in case you were wondering. Let me post this shit to, oh yeah, baby. The sirens playing in the background. For those of you who don't know, my music taste is all over the spectrum. Okay. I'm not one of those chodes that says shit like, "Oh, I don't everything but country music." Yeah, really? You got to work on that. But listen to me. I had bullies when I had a bully when I was in high school, and I know that I'm talking about fucking 20 fucking years ago. But I'm telling you now, as the founder of the American Socialist Party, as somebody who's been around toxic fucking men my whole fucking life, you make fun of their penises because they're weird, and that's the instructions. Y'all out here talking about violence, and you'll never do it. You're never nobody's braining Donald Trump. It's not happening. They've done shot at Teflon Don and missed. Good to go. He's getting taken down with dick jokes. I'm telling you, I literally listen. I don't normally I don't normally do pre-show shit. Okay? I'm one of those cocky men that you've met in your life that is just like if people are going to show up and listen, I could show up and do nothing. Right? So I do next to nothing and look how fucking awesome this show is. Good to go? So, so what I did do, and yes, that was the cockiest shit you'll ever hear me say, is like I could do no work, still show up, put on a show. I could do a little bit of work, we have a real good show. So here's what my brain was doing today. I didn't ask what your brain was doing. I was trying to think of funny ways to make fun of Donald Trump and Elon Musk for having oddly shaped and tiny penises. You have to understand this is a special skill set that I developed over the course of my lifetime as I was always the biggest boy. Do you understand? That means when I put my hands on somebody, it hurts them forever. Okay. Today. Today's March 5th, crush. I'd hold your water there, kid. Today. Today is the day. You need to be saying that tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. 4 months from the election. It's today. I know. I had to do the math. I said it was Monday and was like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. But yeah, I actually saw something about that. So I was hoping somebody was going to jump into my comments and say, hey, man, weren't you talking about Executive Order 13848? Mm hmm. Mm hmm. Yep. Here, I want you to see this too. Oh, shit. Hold on. Yeah, hey, you know what? It's all good, dog. I was hoping to get some shit. Okay. Here's something you might think, that's awful weird. Who wrote that shit? Read the title. Read the title. TrumpHouse.archives.gov, December 2019. Budgetary impact analysis for Executive Order 13848. Listen. Did you hear? This is TrumpWhiteHouseArchives.gov. I just posted it in the chat. I gave you the link. Look, read the title. December 2019? Fam. That was, let's do some math. 15 months. 15 months after Donald Trump signed this shit. I'm not mad. This isn't me mad. You have no idea what mad looks like. Okay? This is me going, yo! Look at this shit we found. December 2019. So this is prior Trump administration from Russ Vought. Did you know prior to right now that Russ Vought was part of the prior administration? You didn't know that. You didn't know that. The architect of Project 2025 worked for the last administration. You didn't know that, did you? He was the director of OMB. Isn't that fucking wild? This I'm going to read it to you. This is a budgetary impact analysis. This executive order, among other things, directs the Director of National Intelligence, in consultation with the heads of any other appropriate executive departments and agencies, to conduct an assessment of any information indicating that a foreign government or any person acting as an agent of or on behalf of a foreign government has acted with the intent or purpose of interfering in that election, directs the Secretary of the Treasury to review this assessment, and in conclusion with the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, the Secretary of Homeland Security to impose certain appropriate sanctions, and directs the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Treasury, in consultation with the heads of other appropriate agencies, to jointly prepare a recommendation for the President as whether additional sanctions against foreign persons may be appropriate in response to an identified foreign interference. Implementing this executive order would have de minimis impact on costs and revenues to the federal government. The benefits of this executive order include deterring foreign interference in a United States election. Implementing this executive order would have de minimis impact on mandatory and discretionary obligations and outlays, as well as on revenues to the federal government in the 5-year fiscal period beginning the fiscal year 2019. The agencies anticipated to be impacted by this executive order include the Departments of State, Treasury, Defense, Justice, and Homeland Security. There are people saying that they can't find the link. I'll put it in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, you can click the link. There's a maximum characters that I can put in the chat. Okay? So. This shit said, don't zone out yet. Ooh, Rage Against the Machine? Okay. So yeah. So the typical Democratic powerhouses were also not there yesterday. I want to point that out. One of the things that's lost in all of this is that the Democrats tuned him out correctly. I want to make sure, as a founder of a political party, you got to have opinions on political things that happened. You don't attend the State of the Union. That would be the instructions. You don't watch it. You don't attend it. Okay? Al Green did. Al Green stood up by himself. because he's from Texas. All the other people didn't stand up with him because they're scared for their lives. Or they're part of it. Oh, I wanted to point this out. We need like good news every now and then, right? We need we need good news every now and then. The Florida Attorney General has opened an investigation into Andrew Tate and his brother. So, you know. Oh, and people were like, you know, shit's over. He's firing all these feds. Here's Donald Trump walking back all of his firing of federal employees. Now, probably not all of them. Oops. Having to walk that back, Donnie. This is what poor leadership looks like. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this administration. This is what poor leadership looks like. Um, they're saying they're about to lay off. I don't know. I think you're still a day early, Christina. I think today's the day. The that executive order 13848 is supposed to come out. Today's 4 months to the day. Why would he want to stop the CHIPS Act after he just got that investment in minerals and he's been going to Mexico and wanting to fight the cartels for the minerals and wants to a mineral deal with Ukraine and then he's going to stop the CHIPS Act? What are you going to do? Give the minerals to China? What the fuck? This shit made me laugh. Like these fucking Supreme Court justices weakened rules on discharge of raw sewage into water supplies. What? Yeah. And I mean, you've already seen Kash Patel, um, when OPM sent out that email to everyone, tell me what you do in 5 fucking sentences or less, and this is due in 2 days or you're fired. And Kash Patel sent a follow up to that and was like, don't ignore that. That's great. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And do you want people are starting to ask, like, I guess we gotta kinda settle with Donald Trump being a president for the next 4 years. Alright, so here's my official statement. Good to go. If Executive Order 138 doesn't swoop in and save the fucking day, in my eyes, democracy's dead. Rule of law is dead. Um, the Department of Justice in the United States broken forever, and I become ultimately who I am, and that's a fucking anarchist. And ultimately, that's fantastic for a socialist party because I'm not violent. I'm not calling for violence. I just happen to know a whole bunch of ways that we can really fuck with our oppressors. And on the path to building the American Socialist Party and taking over what's left of American politics and rebuilding it in the ashes of what's Donald Trump's administration is going to burn down, and trying to reestablish rule of law and establish a constitution and a bill of rights and trying to be a return to the democracy that we were meant to be. We're going to have to rethink how we do elections. There's going to be a lot less people. Okay. You want to talk about like settling with Donald Trump becoming the president? If that's what you're doing, you're settling with millions and millions of people dying. Mm-hmm. Loads and loads of the population dying. So if you're settling with the rule of law is broken, the Department of Justice is broken, democracy's dead, if these are all things you're cool with, join me. Join me. Anarchist, head of the American Socialist Party. I just want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing. Good to go. As long as you don't bend the knee, kiss the ring, and lick boots, as long as you don't become violent, we can get those things because we know what we need to do. And it's state by state. Your state has to decide to deliver socialism to the people. And I'm not saying it's a state's argument. I'm saying your states are already doing this. Your states are running programs that give 500 families $500 every Friday for 2 years. Denver, Colorado. They're already instituting. Like, how about this? The company that I work for has health care that says as long as you're named on someone else's healthcare policy, you could pay like $200 a month, and any healthcare costs that your original policy doesn't cover, this will cover. So they're already getting there. You understand? I need to read some comments. He will also be under fire for perjury, stated Musk was head of Doge, right? Didn't they make a statement? Speaking about the lady that signed Republican man, yeah, snatched out her hand. Hey, see, there's a reason I'm not a politician. If I had a sign in my hand and somebody walked up and snatched it out of my hand, I'm punching you in the throat. Especially man on woman. Oh, I'm not about that shit. I don't do decorum. You know what I mean? I ain't letting nobody do that shit to me. Especially we ain't on the same team and you're taking money from Russia. Oh, we're fist fighting over that. I'm just letting everybody know. I mean, that's what we want. That's what you need, especially you fucking puppet. You know what I mean? I'm fucking done. Over Dems passive bullshit. Me too. In fact, he lied that girl about naming Wild Earth Service Knowledge is fucked up. People rally for sports team for not democracy. What would they have to act on 1-3 with the exact today? Like today, if that's today. That's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. So Corey, I don't hear that. What the fuck? Things started the local Socialist Party meetings to learn more. Keenan all socialist. Sweet. What the fuck's the supplement? Like on Medicare. She's awesome too. She's Jasmine Crocker guy. Yes, so true. Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to catch up on comments. So, but yeah, I'm one of those people. I can't lie. I have a community and an audience, and I'm hoping like people don't turn their back on me because I'm being honest. Uh, my wife was on my ass all weekend to go start your car. So when you go to the protest, your fucking car starts. And I did. For the record, it's not. It's like I didn't listen to my wife. I went out to get the mail, and I don't normally walk by the driver's side of my car because it's under a tree and shit. I go on the other side of my car. And because I was going to start it, I walked along the driver's side door and I noticed the driver's side door was open and a lot of the plastic. And I'll go take pictures if people doubt it because I'm sure there's people like, oh, that's 2 protests in a row you were supposed to go to. Yeah, the first time I went out there, my fucking doors were frozen and my electric starter didn't work. And then I'm not gonna say I didn't open that door and leave it cracked. That's fucking stupid though. Why would I do that? I just started my car like last week. Um, I think someone broke in the door, but because all the other doors were locked and all the like vanity plastic around these doors was destroyed on the outside of the door and the inside of the door. And then I looked at, it's not like they cut my seats or stole the nice igloo cooler out of the back. So they didn't take the radio. And I kind of looked around and they didn't cut any wires or anything. But the car didn't turn over, it didn't have power. So I did what I could do with the money I got. Huh? 13/8/48 acting date. So it could happen today. Today is 4 months. Will it happen today? I don't know. Who's doing it? So yeah, I went to go start my car and it wouldn't turn over. So I bought a battery charger and I put it on a charger hours before I was supposed to leave yesterday, and it never did show that it had any juice in it. So I'm just full disclosure. I intended to go to a protest twice. Once I went out and my doors were frozen shut. My electric start didn't work. Went to go out there the other day and battery's dead in my car. So I'll fix that. I'll be more available and present moving forward. It's not because I didn't intend to go. Good to go. But I have to tell you. You know what I mean? I think that's part of um, being a leader is admitting when you do something or you fail. You know what I mean? Nobody left with authority. Would it have to happen today? No. No. But I have to think all of these little things they were telling us was not for nothing. I have to believe that. You could call that hope, or you could just be like, yo, like a bunch of adults giving fucking speeches made a lot of anecdotes that made me think that this shit was not over ever. You know what I mean? But the hard reality is that if you read Executive Order 13848, 4 months after the election is like the end. Just of the process. And think about how Donald Trump's been going at the FBI and CIA despite having placed his people. He's got a director of national intelligence now. He's got a head of the FBI. He's got two. He's got Bongino too. Okay? But they can't, those two people can't stop whole agencies from delivering reports to the public on entire elections. And we've seen the math. It's not like we haven't seen what's going on. And I mean, Election Truth Alliance, Jessica Denson. There have been so many people that have looked at the data, the math, and keep in mind, I'm a data analytics kid from Purdue. We looked at the math. Math wasn't mathing, man. My big thing from this, think about this. Record early voting. Record mail-in voting. Record voter turnout. Not the numbers we thought. It's kind of actually less than 2020. How the fuck are you off that much? How did the people who've been doing this their whole lives that are really fucking good at their jobs? I'm thinking about the Iowa pollster. And see, far too many people have just accepted the result and moved on with their lives, and or they spend all their time shitting on Trumpers. We're gonna math the math here, and then we're gonna spend a whole lot of time in talking about these men's dicks. Okay, making the math. I'm trying to understand exactly who takes action of arrest. It's not from within country, correct? Why? I'm trying to understand who takes it. Why wouldn't? Because you got to think about, like, is the agency compromised? Yeah, when they conceded super fucking fast, right? Like I said, you have to think: are all of these agencies compromised? Have all of these agencies' leadership been replaced? And again, I've said, again, regardless whether rule of law holds, whether that, you know what I mean? Regardless, it only fuels me either way. Because if it's more of the same, and it's just Donald Trump pretending he has way more power than he does and then failing to wield power at all, like he's not doing anything powerful. He's a weak leader, right? How did Musk know the results of the election before it was done? Yeah. I mean, I felt like the night of the election, I felt like something got stolen from me. Like how I felt. I hurt because I was just like, "Oh my god." Like it's so obviously stolen. And a lot of people did. I was up at 4 o'clock the next morning, couldn't even fucking sleep. I was so mad. And a lot of people are up now at 4 a.m. in the morning. Jack Smith isn't finished. Somebody sent me a message and said Jack Smith's back in that area. Like he's from the Netherlands. You gotta understand he's from the International Criminal Court. Okay. Um. But yeah, people have made allusions to hope, and it's like I don't have hope. I have expectations. I have expectations that my eyes did not deceive me. Right. I seen what I seen. Right. Yeah. He immediately went back to The Hague after he stepped down. Presumably to take the presidency of the International Court of Justice. That's what I had him pegged. This a little birdie sent me a message said Jack Smith's back in the menu. But I want you to know, like these men are paper mache. Above it all, beyond it all. Like you could say anything that you want to me, and you aren't gonna hurt my feelings. Do you understand? Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, David Sachs, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, permeable by insult. You can you can make oddly shaped dick jokes and defeat these people. You can make them quit. Their stocks are tanking. You could buy them out. It's the social ownership of business, literally in the definition of socialism. Watch these stocks crash and buy them up when they're a penny stock and control them. Control things like Facebook, Twitter. That's exactly what socialism is. I want the US government to take your tax dollars and put it in your pocket. I want you to take your money and spend it wisely, right? And when a fascist authoritarian dictatorship rises up and their companies get fucking struck out against and their stock collapses, I want you to buy it the fuck up and own it and run it and unionize and run it for the good of all people. That's the social ownership of business in the modern era. People stopped writing about socialism because it's not personally profitable. Yeah. But I'm telling you, this shit's not going to last long. Democrats were quiet because when Donald Trump first got in office, the stock market was soaring. Now it's dropped 1,300 points in 2 days. Relatives that work for DOA and I lost their jobs. So sad. Anyway, so what I was thinking is tiny dick, tiny dicked dictator. So easy. So the unfuckable five. Yeah. I mean, when you saw him up there, like Bezos even had a girl with him, and she was wearing a bra. I mean, like she was just wearing a bra with a blazer over the top, and it was just like to the inauguration. Hot damn, lady, where are you from? They do that where you're from? Holy shit! So yeah, I know a lot of people are asking about Pricktator. Hey, I fuck with that. I think I've told this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. Okay. When I was in high school, we had a bully. Okay, and his name was Justin Heberg. He was a terrible bully. He ruined a kid's athletic career doing pro wrestling moves and MMA moves to him. He was generally just a fucking horrible person. Don't worry, don't worry. Karma got that ass. Don't even worry about that shit. Okay, okay. So don't worry. Karma has everything for that. Okay, but this guy was a bully. Okay, and one of the things we know about bullies is bullies don't get pussy. Them's just the fucking breaks, kids. So one of the ways we break Justin Heberg's balls was be like, you know, bitch getting fucking bully. Like you're just a punk bitch. You know what I mean? But he's like a big dude and he'd beat your ass. And he had an older brother who was even bigger and he'd beat your ass too. And it was just, and he has even his daddy was a fucking Reuter and, you know, he'd probably beat your ass too. So he got laid my senior year. And it was like he got armor back, right? Can't really make fun of him now. He dicked down a girl. Um, and he was trying to talk about it, you know? And it's one thing they tell you when you're young is don't kiss and tell. Definitely don't be a bully and kiss and tell. Because what happened? That girl made a sign talking about his tiny dick and showed it at the next football game. And it completely fucking deflated this kid. And he went from like the GOAT to runner up in wrestling. You know what I mean? He went from like, there's no way this kid ever fucking loses in wrestling again to like fallible. So, like I said, there are some things that I've become aware of about those two people that I don't think people say often enough. And that is Donald Trump has apparently a micro penis and Elon Musk had a botched penis enlargement surgery and that's why our lives suck is because the two most powerful men in the world have fucked up dicks. And all I can think about is Electric Feel. Or no, Outrun My Gun. All these other pricks with their fucked up dicks better run, outrun my gun. Anyway, anyway. So, you're welcome. These oddly dicked duo. I would I would get a new investment guy. I wouldn't be doing business with people that are Trumpers. Anyway, so what I was thinking of are like clever ways to you could make it into a sign. so that you could put it out front of your house, make it into a sticker, put it onto your car. Um, and I would also argue that when your dick's fucked up, the fact that we were calling them the unfuckable five is goddamn hilarious. If I remember correctly, Lorena Bobbitt was fucking a married man, though, right? And that's who she. Yeah, the oddly dicked duo. Yeah, yeah. Stormy Daniels said Donald Trump had a tiny penis, like an oddly shaped fungus, mushroom specifically. And then, from what I understand, Elon's dick's kind of blown out. You know. You know, like when you put a perm in a ponytail? That's what I'm talking about. The unfuckable five, yeah. Mhm. So yeah, um, people have been reaching out and they're like, nothing seems to work. You throw tomatoes, cans of tomatoes, and it doesn't bother them. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Did you see how Donald Trump? He almost had a full blown fucking meltdown when Al Green stood up. Okay, and so if yeah, the deformed dicked duo, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, how do you get to these people? Through their dicks. Okay? You you have to let them know Donald Trump is not a fun guy. And if you don't get that one, I can't help you. And then also Elon Musk's dick got a perm, like a perm in a ponytail. Missed that he was kicked out. Who got kicked out? Yeah, he got kicked out. Hmm. Keep in mind he was with a fucking cane, by the way. Nobody got that Donald Trump seems like a fun guy. Nobody got that? Fun guy? Fungi? Come on, y'all! Called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas. Is that like an allusion to her being an Indian or something? Like an American Indian? Feather, not Dot. Yeah, Al Green got kicked out. I mean, I don't know personally what their dicks look like, but when people are talking about your dick and giving out visuals based on personal experience, have you ever seen a cat penis? That's what I think about Elon Musk. Oh, Elizabeth Warren claimed to be a quarter Indian? That's fucking dumb. I grew up and I was pretty sure when I was a little kid that my grandma said that we were part Indian, but I never said it out loud cuz it just sounds dumb. Tell us more about the Jack Smith being back on our scene. Be something big coming down soon. No, like so two things I heard was Kamala Harris was looking to buy a house in in the area. And then I heard Jack Smith's back on the scene, but not about. Sorry. But yeah, the what I've realized is like violence isn't going to work against the state. You could attack Trumpers, but there's so fucking few of them, really. Okay? Remember, a social media firm did an audit of Donald Trump and Elon Musk's social media platforms before the election and found that more than 90% of their fucking followers were bots. They're not nearly as popular as they think they are. And then also, you got to know they cheated in the election. You got to know. And given how close the election was, you heard he left here before they could fire him and he immediately like, yeah, he stepped down hmm so that he could deliver part one. Yeah. So like I said, there's a reason that my content hasn't been focused on talking to Trumpers. There aren't that many of them. They're not nearly as popular as they think they are, right? I was just gonna say like a cat's dick is oddly shaped. It has like a hook on it, and it was just like that's what I imagined fucking Elon Musk's dick is like. It's like not a regular penis. Why Hague did he go to? Because he worked at the Hague. He's from the Netherlands. He lives in the Netherlands. That's where he worked prior to becoming named special counsel. A lot of you are learning stuff today. Like many of you apparently didn't know that cats' dicks are oddly shaped and have a hook on them. Okay, dogs. It's almost like my wife's doing it on purpose. Yo, what are these fires, bro? In Texas. Weren't there fires in South Carolina? Weren't there just fires in South Carolina? Texas besieged by multiple fires as deadly storm fuels severe weather and blizzard conditions. What the Sam fuck? Multiple fires and severe thunderstorms. What? Anyway, it's like 2012 in real life. It's crazy. By the way, February 5th, 2025 was the first time there had been organized protests against the sitting U.S. president in all 50 states. Congratulations, everybody. Who needs FEMA and NOAA, right? Yeah. This is just stupid. CC, we had smog here in Indy. We went outside and couldn't breathe. I had to just go back inside. A lot of people wanted Elon Musk to go on Jon Stewart's show. I've said for a while that'll never fucking happen. Elon Musk has too thin a skin. Jon Stewart will thrash him. So he backed out. Of course he did. Tim Walz being a great leader, saying if your GOP rep won't hold a town hall, I'll do it. That's a socialist move, if I've ever seen one. See, what's funny is everybody wants to call themselves a Democrat, but democracy is failing and you're a Democrat. And then as far as like Republicans, as I've said and will continue to say, that shit's over. That party's collapsing in itself. It's getting less popular by the day. And again, I've tried to say, what do you think happens to racist people when they don't identify with the Republican Party anymore? The answer is they become not racist? No. Nope. That's why you got to build a socialist party built on pro-equality. And you got to root out shit like fucking racism, because racism is how we got where we are now. Okay. Australia announces they're open to sending troops into Ukraine. Tiny peened president. I wonder if his dick's all fucked up to the point where like he has to wear a condom so that it feels like a dick. You know what I mean? And it's really just a handful of um, sliced long ways bologna. You know what I'm talking about? Tiny peened president. Let's see. A handful of bologna strips, fried bologna strips, because of the disease. And then the only way it works as a penis is if you put it in a condom, right? Listen, man, you ain't never seen. Listen, I don't have any enemies. I don't have enemies, cause listen, cause karma is a motherfucker, bro. I don't have enemies. So when I don't like someone, I am gonna find out what about you do you probably want no one to know. Now, there's something I know about Donald Trump that I know he doesn't want the public to know, and no, it's not that he has a small penis. Okay? And I don't know why I'm smiling. Um the thing that Donald Trump has done that he doesn't want anyone to know, he's raped little boys. So the whole reason that we're in this position that I'm sitting here having founded a political party telling you to make fun of politicians because of their little dicks. It's like that's not even the worst part about the fact that they're oddly dicked duo. It's Donald Trump's trying to hide the fact that he raped little boys. Elon Musk doesn't want you to know that, he now has this little Ashley St. Clair pregnant, but prior to Ashley, he only had one other child that he actually made with his penis. Because his dick's all fucked up. And that child's name is Evelyn now, and they're trans, and they were a boy, now they're a girl, and they did it when they were like 14, and he didn't have anything to do with that. Like, his daughter's a fucking transformer, and because he didn't decide that she was a transformer, it's not okay. And he really doesn't want you to know that he has a trans child that he has a poor relationship with. And I think that's equally as damning, because he's like a horrible transphobe, and he's a horrible bigot and just a horrible person in general. Okay? And again, like, these are things that they don't want you to know. Yeah. His first daughter is his trans daughter is on TikTok, yes. She's actually like a decent kid. Yeah. Turned out a lot better than her father. But understand, like, he has like 13 kids by 4 different women, and all of the other children are born via IVF. Which is incredible, given that the Republicans want to end abortion, yet the figurehead of the Republican Party has like 11 fucking kids by IVF. The level of hypocrisy is astounding. And they're really unhealthy. So there's a reason I tell everyone to get 8 hours of sleep, drink water, eat right, exercise, control what you can control, because they don't. They don't do that. The bad guys, they don't drink water. They don't eat right. They don't exercise. They don't sleep 8 hours. They do drugs. They fly a lot. They're around. They're moving their feet a lot. They're working a lot. Okay? How do you defeat them? Donald Trump seems like a fun guy. And then on the back, this is a dick joke. And then, right? See, look. Donald Trump seems like a fun guy. On the other side, right? This is a dick joke. Donald Trump seems like a fun guy. And then you're referencing the fact that Stormy Daniels said he had like a tiny penis. Like an oddly shaped mushroom. I believe that was what she said. Yeah. So everybody's like, oh, I'm going to be violent. We're going to charge Capitol Hill. And, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, no. Their dicks are weird. Way easier to beat. That's a level 1 boss. Just point at his dick and laugh. Come on, y'all. We did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were growing up, we were fucking horrific to each other. Hey. Them idiots fucking cannot stand being made fun of. And men are more thin-skinned than women. And like I said, I literally could see Donald Trump's fucking pulse in his throat when Al Green stood up last night after Donald Trump said he had a fucking mandate. He doesn't have a fucking mandate. He had the 4th smallest margin of victory ever. That's if you're taking the results at face value and not considering the fact that there was massive election interference and fraud. to the point where I don't like watching content creators talk about this election as though they're accepting the results as they stand. That shit drives me crazy. You gave up the plot. The whole plot of the last 4 fucking months is that on election night, we were like, what? That ain't right. This shit's all fucked. What is going on here? And there are people that are making content that felt that way 4 months ago that have let that go. Oh, this is just the result now. This is how America really is. No, the fuck it is not. Did you not hear what I just said? For the first time in U.S. history, there was an organized protest in all 50 states for a sitting president. That was on February 5th. That was like 15 days in, man. Make fun of their dicks. They can't tolerate it. Donald Trump and Elon Musk are literally going to have fucking an aneurysm and a heart attack. The powerhouse Democrats didn't show up last night. Keep getting a notification in Discord, but nothing's happening. Trump whined the Democrats didn't clap for him. Oh my god. It's so crazy. So people are going to ask, did you watch it? No. I was going to bed when they were convening. Like when they were coming together. I was walking down the hallway going to bed. No. I watched it this morning. Clips of it. Like several clips, different clips of it. No, they didn't. War Resist t-shirts. Yeah. And you know what I realized yesterday? Like all this shit going on in the world. There's a whole bunch of people that don't know who Tears for Fears are. Mad World. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah, I'm not gonna traffic Donald Trump's romp through democracy. I'm not gonna be a party to that. Okay. Yeah. Hey, ain't no judgment. I ain't judging nobody if you watched it. You was just a little more willing than I was to sit through some bullshit. Mm-hmm. I met Tears for Fears, worked recording studios 1980 to 2018. Oh my gosh. Congratulations on a very long career in music. It's incredible. Mel's, that's. I hope you're comfortable. Yeah, Jill, I'm big fan of Jessica Denson. I was very vocal as I could be with my platform when she did not stay with Midas Touch. I said when she left Midas Touch, that was a terrible mistake on their behalf, and she's going to be fine on her own. And what has happened? Yeah, the whole point with the 25th Amendment is as soon as they go to use the 25th Amendment, that's when you attack. I've been saying this. There's like this legal snafu. Look, listen, I'm a John Grisham fan from when I was a little kid. Okay? I've said this before. Apparently I got to say it every now and then just to make sure people are looped the fuck in. Project 2025 talked about using the 25th Amendment to install JD Vance as the president because he's a tech bro. Okay. So if Donald Trump is an illegitimate president, when would be the perfect time to enact the 14th Amendment, Article 3? How about when they try to use the 25th Amendment to unseat him? And you go, actually, you're not even eligible for the job, Don. And then the Executive Order 13848. Because it's in Project 2025. Again, this is the problem that I have with people's reactions to everything is like the book existed before the election. Project 2025 is a manuscript. I read that shit. You should have read that shit because it tells you exactly what their plans were. And if you're a lawyer or you're an attorney and you know the law, you read through that shit and you can build a plan to fight it. And ultimately, remember, this is a war of attrition. The Democrats versus the Republicans is as steep a battle as you could get. And ultimately, I do believe... Nah. Not with Executive Order 13848, the prosecution of election crimes document. Not when he's ineligible for the job. We're talking about a rewind. Back up. Hold on. You're not eligible. Thanks for the name, Jessica Denson. Was she the one that left? Yeah, right at the turn of the election, Jessica Denson didn't get kept and didn't stay on. I mean, last week they were a third of the way through. But just understand that they did it all via executive order, and the courts have struck down almost every single thing that Donald Trump has done. I think he was won one time, and it was, again, not significant. Like calling on 270 million acres of American land to be cut down for timber, and that be the national parks that he's destroyed. Like, the fuck out of here. He doesn't have the purse strings. He's not able to do that. All those firings were illegal. All those people would be reinstated to their jobs. Yep. And I honestly believe the Democrats are like, this is just going to radicalize people against Republicans. And my thing is I think the Democrats don't realize how checked the fuck out people are on politics because they see it as an abject failure. I'm not wrong. There are 100 million voters that are like, I don't fuck with either of them anymore. I mean, think about it. He has a right-leaning House, Senate, presidency, and Supreme Court. And where are the bills? Where are the bills? Oh, yeah. I forgot. JD Vance can't fucking tolerate being made fun of. JD Vance fucked a couch. JD Vance looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. JD Vance looks like the least competent person in the room, not named Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend, and I'm not even respecting him enough to learn his name. That's how that's going. Woke as an insult is so wild to me. You mean I'm awake, aware, and alive? So, like I said, I've been saying, you can make fun of me all you want and it won't bother me. You're saying my fucking name. Those men can't stand it when you make fun of them. And I don't know about you, but when you're hearing a thick-skinned individual, my dad was verbally abusive to me my entire life, there's nothing anybody's going to say that's going to bother me. when I'm telling you those idiots are soft as fuck. So when we said all these kids with their fucked up dicks, you think it's like all these white men with their teeny peens. Teeny peeny committee? Wasn't there the itty bitty titty committee, and then now we could take a picture of all those white people and just say the itty bitty penis committee? That wasn't nearly as good of a joke as I thought it was going to be coming out. It's the narcissism they cannot deal. No, they're not all going to be hits, kids. Tiny dick tyrant. And his oddly dicked outcast. What are synonyms? Master with the micro penis. What the fuck is this word? Sorry, guys, I just learned a word. Nanus? A type of dwarf. Learning about small objects today, kids. Ooh, 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 ooh. Needle dick Nazis? Come on, that one just rolls off the tongue. Eh? Eh? Yeah. Let's see. Baby carrot bad guy? You know what I'm talking about? Baby carrot bad guy? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We are spending an inordinate amount of time on my podcast today coming up with fun ways to make fun of Donald Trump and Elon Musk for their fucked up dicks. And I'm planting this in your brain today. Okay? I'm planting this in your brain today. There's this song. Once you hear it, you know I'm about to ruin a fucking song for you. If this song has any importance to you, you might want to mute this. Good to go? This is Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks. Mm-hmm. All these fucking pricks with their fucked up dicks. Just saying. All these fucking pricks with their fucked up dicks. So now when you listen to this song, Pumped Up Kicks, all these fucking pricks with their fucked up dicks. Their fucked up dicks, you better run. Teeny weeny leadership committee? Like I said, I'm not trying to be a revolutionary. I'm just trying to pick a fight. Know what I mean? I'm just trying to expose the soft underbelly of this tiny penis tyrant. I still oddly dicked oddball. I always want to use this word as an insult, but I'm afraid it's not. Yeah, she said he had a tiny little mushroom head. My favorite thing that I've ever heard. So I have to say this out loud. I fucking hate this shit. I hate having other people's thoughts in my head. I'm not even going to name names. But after the Stormy Daniels shit came out about their affair, this joke. Yeah, I'm 100% confident. Like, do you want to take down this fucking authoritarian dictatorship that we are fucking living under? Make fun of their penises. Yep. Never been more confident about anything in my life. When Al Green stood up last night with a fucking cane and said, "Nah, listen here, Donald Trump." I thought Donald Trump was gonna fucking have an aneurysm on the spot. He was trembling, and I was in my head. Make fun of his penis, like as he's completely soft, completely. You know what I mean? Like people keep making bits and shit, like he's gonna die and shit. Like, bitch, he's gonna die anyway. Make fun of his dick. Like, he'll quit. He'll quit. You know, I don't want to be president anymore. They keep making fun of my fucking dick, man. Anyway, one of the things I heard back in the day from a Trump supporter was that when Stormy Daniels said he had a tiny micro penis and a little mushroom head, another man said that's because he has girth. So for those of you that were hungry that are no longer fucking hungry this morning, you can thank a Trumper for that. You could thank a Trumper for that. I'm positive Donald Trump's dick doesn't work. And he's too stupid to understand that you're just old and no amount of magic powder or pills is going to change that. Your shit don't work. And Elon Musk, I would say the same thing, but his dick is exploded. So, you know what I mean? Ooh, ooh. Cat said, ooh, micro penis Mussolini. What? You thought I can't keep going? There's no way he has more? Are you fucking kidding me? I just told you that I had a bully when I was in high school that was a no bitch getting bully. And my senior year, he got he got laid. He talked himself into that. Okay. And afterwards, the girl that fucked him made fun of his dick, and it completely deflated him as a person. Do you need to be told anything else? Nope. Those men are fucking soft. Dicked. Sweet. Sweet. I think it's hilarious. The founder of a fucking political party in the United States. I am going to refer to myself as this, like somebody that's supposed to be taken fucking seriously, has a daily live podcast where they discuss news and politics, and took the time out of his show to just sit and say, "Listen, the powers that be, largely you're never gonna see them in real life." You never see him in real life. But you could protest, you can make a sign, you can get a t-shirt made. You could generally just start, this could just become your personality. You know? I'm here to motivate and inspire, right? And so I think in the environment that we're in, that if you want to defeat these fucking assholes, burp, make fun of their dicks. Make fun of their dicks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Little Dick Lennon. People might not get that. They don't really know who Lennon is. The flaccid felon, holy fucking shit cat. The fucked up Dick Felonia. So I can just keep making this shit up. But here's the thing. Y'all are largely a female audience. I don't know about you, but like every now and then you just get some direction, right? And you're like, yeah, I can think of a lot of ways to insult. No, Lenin is the musician. Lenin is the political leader. Yeah, guilt's written all over the face. This is why they're ashamed to know it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's why they're all holding their breath. That's why they're all holding their breath, trying to get their dick hard. But it doesn't work like that. The micro penis monster of Mar-a-Lago. Oh, we can go fucking lower. Lower. Like, I keep getting notifications from Discord. But yeah. One of the things that I've learned that I don't know if I think we've talked about it on the show. One of the things that I've learned that's like mind blowing. Literally, I'm like, what the fuck? Mar-a-Lago is a fucking like a golf course resort. Donald Trump lives in a hotel that he like took over. That you like gotta pay to stay at. That's where he stays. He don't have like a house, like a home. He lives in a hotel. Did you know that? And they made Elon Musk stay in a fucking cottage. It's like hundreds of feet away from the hotel. The Supreme Court justice didn't seem to be smiling when Trump shook their hands. It's because they're all bought and paid for. Trumpina and Alona. Yeah. I'm still waiting for somebody to make like really good art where it's Donald Trump sitting in the middle of a bed and he's a baby. He's just a little baby in a diaper with a pacifier. Look how he combs his hair. He combs his hair like a little baby. And in comes Elonia in a maid outfit, feather dusting, clearly on drugs. And then they have sex. And it's weird because they're older gay men. And for the record, I have gay friends, and they all say the same thing about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Oh, they're fucking. And it's weird, and that's why our lives are weird. So I just want you to know this. I didn't make this up. I didn't even approach these people. They came to me, and they were like, hey, I just want you to know that I'm a gay man, and these two are fucking. And there's all the evidence in the world. I love it. I love it. I want to continue to see a protest this regime. Remember that there are things that you can do that aren't make signs and go to protests and be out in the elements. You know, there was fucking tornadoes yesterday. Like, don't go protest in a tornado. I know that you personally. Hey, Robin. What up, man? Um, yeah. Oh, that's awful. But you can fight this regime without going to a protest. You can get rid of meta tools. No Facebook threads or IG. Get Facebook Messenger off your phone. Get WhatsApp off your phone. The messaging app people prefer now is called Signal. And then get away from Amazon. Get away from TikTok if you can, right? Elon and his mom and protection child traveled Air Force One. Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty awful. Pretty awful. When he's not actually the president using Air Force One. In my eyes, that should only ever happen when the president is dead. Yeah, right. Oh, you're in Oregon. I don't know why I thought you was in Missouri, Cat. It just makes me laugh. Like, you would think if you're gonna be a politician and you're gonna get in office and do all this horrible shit, you'd think you'd have thick skin. You know, you'd think that you didn't get shaken, rattled even when Al Green stands up to you. And he looked visibly flustered, and that's driving me today in this show where I was like, hey, I spot a weakness. Been here 30 years. Might go back to LA. I've heard it's insane expensive to live. You missed that. It doesn't mean anything other than Donald Trump laid down and let an unelected official use Air Force One. But I said that should only ever happen if the president is dead, right? If Donald Trump's died, then I guess someone else can use fucking Air Force One. But if he's still alive, what are we doing? Yeah, I'm not. Well, they also, a lot of them weren't there, Mel's. A lot of the powerhouse Democrats weren't in the room. AOC wasn't there. Insanely expensive. Yeah, I follow a content creator that lives in LA that just does food reviews all the time. And like, food seems great, weather seems great. Amazon stocks in the red. Oh, you're speaking my language. That's right. Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, SpaceX, Tesla. I want them all. As those stocks dip and you can afford to buy shares, start putting your money in those. Um, Especially, I think I saw Tesla stock drop 30%. That's a massive drop. If it was anyone else other than Elon Musk, they'd have let him go. Yeah, they'd removed you. Hey, I want to let you know. Me too. As somebody who like never invested, never felt like that was what I wanted to do with my money. You can join our Discord. We have conversations like this all the time. And also, all the more reason to protest is Donald Trump basically violated your First Amendment yesterday. And again, I don't have to be told much. Don't have to say much to me. You know what I mean? I'm permeable. You can say something and have an impact on me. But that's all I had to really be told. Donald Trump, don't give a fuck about your First Amendment. Your right to free speech. Tesla's at 273 now. Keep on trucking. I want to see that shit at $2. Yep. He said they would pull federal funding from any college that allowed protests and that they would jail and deport protesters, basically, based on the severity of their crime. There's a reason I keep saying these are nonviolent protests. They're using permits. They're doing this the right way. Yeah. You lose your inheritance, it'll be worth it. Yeah. Mel's, there's a reason we spent 45 minutes making fucking dick jokes about these two. It's time to attack them where they're soft and get them to break. That's it. So now it's time to make signs talking about their dicks. That's Donald Trump's gonna have a heart attack and die. And I hope Elon Musk does too. It's just a little less likely because he's a little younger. I'm just saying. So anyway, have a good day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Try not to be too serious. Obviously, like I said, I founded a fucking political party and spent 45 minutes today on a podcast making dick jokes. Don't take it too seriously. It's really not. I mean, it is, but like this